Now we can make actually two aspects here in this shloka. Krishna is the best teacher actually. And when Arjuna was in dilemma, because the Krishna was so cool. In fact, Krishna smiled when Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. Krishna did not become frantic or agitated. It was quite peaceful, very peaceful. And Krishna smiles. Arjuna is in tears. Krishna is smiling. Yes. What happened to you? And Arjuna starts asking this question. Krishna, you are my teacher. Please guide me. Unless the disciple surrenders to the spiritual master, the spiritual master will not open his knowledge. Just like you want to learn some education, you have to surrender to the college. College has its own rules and regulations. You have to come to the college at 8 o'clock, you have to do practicals. There is no other, you cannot jump that process. You have to, when a teacher comes to the class, you have to respectfully hear what he says. There is a process. You have to surrender to the process. And you want to know about God without surrendering to an acharya? Forget it. You are wasting your time. It is not the way of learning. Get the facts. It just needs little common sense. If you have to learn something, when we are learning, we don't want to follow. When you are teaching, you come to know the same thing. Suppose you know something and somebody says, please teach me, then you understand actually what is the process. And you know how the process will not work. And nowadays, modern system is, right, 6th, 7th class itself students are taught, even by parents, how to criticize the teachers. Then, when there is no relationship, there is no channel for learning, how the learning will occur? Maybe some garbage knowledge you can learn, but real knowledge as far as concerned, Divya Jnana, the knowledge of the spirit, the knowledge of the Paramatma, knowledge of the Bhagwan, that you cannot learn like that. So there are 3 secrets in Bhagavad Gita, which is learned, provided there is a proper channel between the spiritual master and the student. The student is submissive and respectful to the spiritual master. Tata vidhi pranipate. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, you want to know this knowledge, go take shelter of a pure devotee. Pariprashnena, ask him all your questions. You have any doubts, you clarify. Sevaya, and offer service. And then what will happen? Upadakshyanti te jnanam. He will reveal all knowledge to you. Why? Jnanina tattvadarshinaha. Why? Because he is seeing the truth. He can also make you see. Suppose he is not seeing, how he can make you see something? Sometimes what happens, something far away, we are not able to see. Somebody has better eyes. See, look there, no, it's there. Next to that building, that is there. It is there. Why he can show you? Because he is able to see. If he is not able to see, how he can show you? But this is not a normal knowledge which you can see by the Atha Krishna Nama Adi Na Bhavet Grayam Indriye. The spiritual knowledge cannot be perceived by the gross senses. Sevo Mukhe Jiva Dosvayame Vaspurati Adaha. And when we develop service spirit, the knowledge is revealed. And when the spiritual master is actually, as a representative of the Lord, is satisfied with our service spirit, he can reveal the knowledge on behalf of the Lord. Athavite deva padam bhajam dvaya prasada lesha anugrihita evahi janati tattva bhagavan mahimno natu eva avichedam vachimna. The Lord, whom he wishes, reveals himself. There is no other way. So there are 3 in the secrets. Many people say, we read Bhagavad Gita, so our whole life you read. There are 3 wisdoms there. And the wisdom only comes when the mind is cool. Prabhupada said, wisdom is only in Sattva-guna. Correct? Or above Sattva-guna. The first spiritual knowledge is called Sat, eternity. Whatever we see in this world is impermanent. And first fact about spiritual knowledge is, that is the first Guhya. Guhyat, Guhyatara, Guhyatamam. There are 3 levels of knowledge. Secret, more secret, most secret. Correct? Superlative time, most secret. So in the same way, Krishna revealed in the Bhagavad Gita, right in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was in dilemma, first thing Krishna said, first thing, Ashochana anvashochastvam pragyavadam sabhashase gatasuna agatasuna chana anushocanti panditaha. Krishna talks about this. Natvevam jatanasam natvam neva janadipaha nacheva na bhavishyama sarve vayamadaha param dehino asmini yatha dehe kaumaram yaumanam jara tatha dehantara praviti rasutara navayati. Krishna develops this point. What is the point Krishna is developing? That body is temporary, soul is eternal. And we have forgotten this point. The eternity is not with the body. All of us see the body is destroyed sometimes. Some people bury, okay, that's your business. But a body is temporary. We all know body is destroyed. Whatever you do, we burn or it has only three ends. Some people bury it, that becomes mud. Some people throw it or vultures to it, that becomes stool. Your body is eaten and comes out as stool. And some people burn it, it becomes ash. Okay? Different communities, whatever it is. Body has only these three ends, no other. So much we get attracted when you see a beautiful form, always teach yourself. Body has only these three ends. Why you are getting attracted? Unnecessary. That will be another class we will take one day, how to counter lust. Theoretically, I am not some Paramahamsa, but at least some principles which can be. So, Guhya, Guhyatara, Guhyatamam. So, most confidence, first thing is confidential knowledge. What is the confidential knowledge Krishna reveals in Gita? You are not body, you are spirit. So, doesn't knowledge help us? Yes. Brahma Bhuta Prasannata. You become fully joyful when you understand this knowledge. You don't hanker for material sense objects. Neither you lament when you don't have something or when it is lost away. Na shochati na. Shochati means shochana, I lost it. And kanshati, always dreaming. Perhaps if I get that. So because we are maintaining material desires means we have not come on the spiritual platform. Brahma Bhuta Prasannata. The moment people think by dreaming, actually in the material world happiness is only in anticipation. Object doesn't have any happiness. This knowledge, when somebody has, is called Jnani. And simply running after a mirage in the desert. An animal runs after a mirage and dies, it is understandable, it is an animal. But if a human being is doing that, it is very lamentable. Correct? Animals run after mirage and they die, because they are animals. But a human being, God has given brain, if he runs after a mirage in the desert and dies, it is very lamentable. Very sad. So similarly, if animals run after sense objects, eating, sleeping, waiting, defending whole life, we can see that every day. But a human being does the same thing. It is very sad. But today, 99.999999 tending to 100% of the population is like animals. You know, in mathematics we have that limit tending to particular. 99.999 limit tending to 100. You know, sometimes in colleges, students come in contact with us, and when friends ask them, you know, we'll come in for a drinking party today, they say no. They get shocked. Today it is so rare. You're not coming to a movie? Huh? It's like so surprising. It used to be in India, reverse. It's a joke it is becoming. So this is the first confidential knowledge, and you become a wise man called Jnani, and you can reject sense gratification. It's very nice. And you understand I am not body, I am spirit, and you know real happiness is spiritual. Prajahati yada kama sarva partha manogata. We understand all the sense gratification is only imaginations of the mind. It does not exist outside me. It's only in my mind this enjoyment exists. On the object there is no enjoyment. I am imposing happiness on certain object. Actually the object is dead. A dead bag of stool and urine, and I am imposing some consciousness of happiness in that object. It doesn't exist. This Prajahati yada kama sarva partha manogata, then Atmani atmana tushtaha siddhapagnasa uchate. What is the exact line? Atmani evatmana tushtaha siddhapagnasa uchate. Who is satisfied in the self? He is a man of established in truth. So this is the Gyan basically. It's a wonderful situation. Good to be honored, and when you understand this, you have benefited from Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, you have not benefited. Krishna is telling Arjuna, do what you want to do, but first consider this confidential truth which I taught. Many people consult Bhagavad Gita and after reading they say Bhagavad Gita says do your duty. Definitely, we respect that. But after considering 3 confidential truths Krishna has told in Gita, then do your duty. Krishna doesn't say, Arjuna, do what you want to do. Wait a minute. Many people say Krishna is telling in the Gita, do what you want. After considering certain things. Okay. Number 1. Number 2 confidential thing is that Ishvaraha Sarva Bhutanam Hidadesh Arjuna Tishtati. I am situated in everybody's heart. Just now we read in 18th chapter. Also comes in the 13th chapter. What is the shloka? I am also conscious in every living entity. Kshetragnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. I am also the knower in all the living entities. Sarva kshetra. Kshetra I refer to different bodies. Krishna is saying that I am also the knower. In fact, devotees say just by the one word cha, impersonalists are thrown to gutter with their philosophy. Bogus. Rejected. Some people only stay at Sat level. They don't come up. Chit. All-knowing aspect is not of the soul at any stage of liberation. Soul cannot do that. Soul is a jiva. It will only be conscious of its own body. It is not conscious of everything in this world. Not possible. All-pervading nature is only of the Supreme Lord. And Krishna says, yes, you are Kshetra, Kshetra Gnan. This body is a Kshetra field. Just like a farmer. Farmer is aware how the crop is developing on his field. Now the rains are coming. So similarly, we are also aware of how my body is behaving. Today my finger, this is happening. Today my body, this is happening. I am aware. Somebody pinches, I am aware of it. Pains and pleasures of body, I am known to that. But I do not know everything in this world. And even my body, I am not conscious fully. I am conscious little. Outside what I can see, that also I am conscious little, not fully. But Krishna is conscious of everything at the same time, fully. Okay? That is Krishna. Abhignaha Swarat. Fully independent and is fully conscious. Itarasas Charteshu Abhignaha Swarat. So this is the second aspect, confidential truth told in Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna should consider that also. Because Arjuna was thinking, what if my relatives die? Sir, nobody dies. Because you are soul. Okay. Number 2, Paramatma, which is conscious of everything at the same time, is saying, fight. I am aware of everything. You are considering Arjuna was worried. What will happen to the world if such a huge army dies here? Paramatma knows everything. It also knows Trikalagna, past, present, future. There is nothing to worry. Everything is taken care of. The Jiva soul should be subordinate to the, Prabhupada says very nicely, the individual consciousness should become subordinate to the supreme consciousness which is all pervading. That is Krishna consciousness. Just like a finger should become subordinate to the whole body. Whatever the body wants, the finger should do. Understand? Correct? So similarly, I am a jiva, small consciousness. I should become subordinate to the supreme consciousness that Krishna is telling here. So it's Paramatma teaching. And then Krishna does not stop here. And where are both the things residing? In the region of the heart. The soul is also in the region of the heart. And therefore, anybody says me, I am telling you. You know, we have this joke when we go to schools, we ask, what is this? This is my hand. What is this? This is my leg. What is this? This is my head. Where are you? But you see, we know the truth actually. Anybody will say, I am telling you, I told you, he's not listening only. Somehow we say, here. Why we come here? Because the so-called scientists, they say that we are some jelly here. Then we should say, I know. Nobody does that. Here nobody puts. Japanese do like this. I know. Unique people. But otherwise, whole world, everybody says me. I don't know why they go here. No, I don't know. Whole world. Like at least in India, everybody says, and whole world, everybody. I don't know, some maybe culturally they do, but otherwise. So this is, we understand actually, soul is situated in the region of the heart. It's just some people say that open heart surgery is there and you transport heart from one body to another body, so heart also, soul is also transported. It's like a chair. Now you take this chair away, I sit on the chair. Soul is transcendently situated. It doesn't need a material heart for it. It situates itself in the region of the heart. There are so many reasons for it. That is later. The next is Paramatma, that is also situated in the region of the heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam is a Desha Arjuna Tishtati. There are 4 places in Gita it is said Krishna is in the region of the heart. Any other shloka? Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishto. Then 3, 4. Anyway, Lord is there in the region of the heart. So he is situated there. Soul is also both situated. Soul is conscious of this world. That is also through the Lord, actually, not directly, because material energy we cannot touch. But anyway, leave that aside. It's just like a car. You're driving the car and with you somebody is sitting. That is what we feel. The fact is, we are not driving the car. Lord is driving the car. We cannot drive. It's just like you should know how to touch a vehicle. You cannot simply sit into a car and drive. We cannot drive this car also. Krishna drives the car. Just like Arjuna's chariot. Who are driving the chariot? Krishna, not Arjuna. Arjuna was sitting there, that's all. And he was doing something. So similarly, the Lord, our body, we cannot, the body just like a driver, unless you know how to drive the car, you cannot drive. So similarly, this body, we don't know how to drive. The Lord drives. We cannot even perceive what is coming here and there. The Lord perceives and makes you also perceive. This is the transcendental science. We are so dependent on the Lord. So dependent. Jiva, Atma, on the spiritual plane, cannot directly interact with matter. Only through the Lord, omnipotence of the Lord, interacts with matter. You want to lift the hand, you cannot lift the hand. It's not within your power. Vehicle is not in your control. Vehicle is in Lord's control. This is mystery. Then this is the first level. We can keep discussing that. Now let us come to the second level. So Lord is there, situated in the heart. He is aware of whatever you are doing. And thinking, feeling, willing, not activities, everything Lord is noticing. Just like a flower, you can smell without touching. So Lord is aware of everything you are doing. You are aware of the field of activity. Lord is aware of field of activity, and you also. Just like the eyes can see the hand cannot see the eyes. So Lord can see us, but we cannot see the Lord unless He reveals Himself to us. He is on a spiritual dimension. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayesha Viloka. When we develop loving devotion service towards the Lord, Lord will reveal His presence to us. We can see us. But not through the button eyes. To the spiritual eyes the soul is having. Soul is having eyes. The eyes take information to the retina, correct? And all goes on, the process goes on. But who is the seer? Soul is seen, but not directly. After the Lord sees. And then the Lord makes the soul see. Through the Lord we are doing every activity. So the seer, the soul is seeing because it has eyes. Lord is seeing because it has eyes. Without eyes you cannot see anything. Soul has eyes, spiritual eyes. It does not need these eyes actually. Through the spiritual eyes, we see the Lord. Deities, because we are presently conditioned to see through this gross eyes, the Lord manifests Himself. But we should never compromise it. Be very, very careful with the deity. The Lord Himself standing. With that attitude, we should always serve the deities. Then the third level is Bhagavan level. The Lord is having, that is Guhyat, Guhyatara, Guhyat, Tamam. Tamam means topmost one. Guhyatara means more. And the most confidential is the Lord is having beautiful pastimes in Vaikuntha. Many people come to the level of Brahman. We inform them about Paramatma and Bhagavan, and they run away. They cannot understand. It's very, because why? It's very confidential. And Lord is having very beautiful, sweet pastimes in the spiritual world with His devotees, which Krishna exhibited when He came in this world, to the most confidential part of knowledge. Even among that, there are many, many confidential features. The other avatars of the Lord which come in this world, Krishna is not avatar actually, Krishna is avatari. He is the origin of all the incarnations. Some people feel from Vishnu all the incarnations come. Yes, except Krishna. Krishna is not the origin. Theoretically speaking, you can speak, but actually when you go deeper into the scripture, you understand Bhagavatam also, after lifting in the Pratham Khanda of the Bhagavatam, 23 incarnation says, before closing, wait a minute. Ete chamsa kalapam saha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. These are all expansions and expansions. But don't make mistake, Krishna is not that. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, he is the origin of everything. He is the original candle from which other candles are lit. And this same Supreme Lord Krishna, he comes when he comes to this world, exhibiting his pastime. All the incarnations are having their pastime in the Vaikuntha. But Krishna, his pastimes are special. Why? Krishna awards great intimacy to the devotees, which no other incarnations award. Krishna awards devotional service to him without awe and reverence, which no other incarnation show. That only happens in Krishna Loka. In Vaikuntha, there are billions of planets are there, more than what you see in the material world. And massive, beautiful planets. All completely Chintamani. There is no existence of the three modes, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas there. There is no existence of matter, everything is spirit there. In that spiritual world, there is a hint of that in Bhagavad Gita. The more comes in Bhagavatam and Brahma Samhita. Nadu tasmad manusheshu kasyat me kriya pritamaha. There is one more shloka. Parastasmad bhavo anyat vyakta avyakta sanadana. Parasta, beyond this world, there is a world of the Lord. Now what is that? Vyakta. It is manifest and not manifest. Beyond what is manifest, something we are able to see, something we are not able to see. Beyond what you are able to see and not able to see. Because this universe, all things we don't see. This cosmologist said, today we have seen one more new star. Whatever you are seeing in this universe only. And beyond this universe is the spiritual world. And there is not one, there are billions of universes like it. Imagine the God's creation. On all these billions and trillions of universes, is insignificant portion, just like a cloud in the spiritual sky. Just imagine. How great is the Lord, just imagine. We say God is great. How great He is, we have not understood. So, the Bhagavan, whenever the Lord comes in this world, He takes avatar, He descends in this world. Devotion service without awe and reverence, only Krishna gives. Because that is even the Vaikuntha also, only He gives. In His planet called Krishna Loka. Just like in the metal world, sun is chief. In our solar system, sun is the chief. And we are all small solar planet. Similarly, Krishna Loka in Vaikuntha is the chief planet. Chief planet. And in that, the devotees serve Krishna without awe and reverence. The Gopas don't know Krishna as a Lord. The Gopis don't know Krishna as a Lord. He makes them forget. It's not that they don't know. He makes them forget. To enjoy very intimate pastimes with them. Just like what Krishna awarded to Yashoda Mother, to Nanda Maharaj, to his coward boyfriends and the Gopis. These are very, very intimate pastime. Where devotee serves Krishna without awe and reverence, that intimacy is unimaginable. That is the Bhagavan feature of the Lord. So in the Bhagavan feature, there with awe and reverence and without awe and reverence also. Krishna awards without awe and reverence only once in a day of Brahma, when he personally comes. Once in 8.64 billion years, the Lord personally comes. So there are three confidential truths of Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna is asking Arjuna here, consider all this and then do what you want to do. There is no force. It's so sober, so sweet. Anybody will like such a teaching. Correct? You reveal all the truths to a person, explain them with all understanding, and then say, do what you want to do. So nice. No pushing. Voluntary. Some people ask, why is it that Krishna make us suffer? It's voluntary. No? You want to serve Krishna, you don't want to serve Krishna. You don't want to serve Krishna, you suffer. But your choice is there. Because without suffering, the material sufferings are nothing, sir. Suffering is a pain of separation from Krishna, which is deep in the heart. This is just an intoxication. It makes you forget the real suffering. When all the intoxication of sense gratification removed here from the heart, the devotee heart becomes pure. It starts beating the pain of separation from Krishna, which is unimaginable. Because today we are distracted, we have forgotten our love for Krishna. When you are awakened to love for Krishna, Yuga hitam nimeshena chakshusha pravitayitam shunya hitam jagat sarvam govinda virehene. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says it's unbearable pain. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally exhibited that in his life. That is what it is. Because Krishna knows that this is the real pain and these all small material planes, sometimes people say Krishna is so cruel. And why is he giving so much suffering to us? Why is he such a kind of person? Krishna knows this pain is nothing. He was saving you from the greatest pain which is there in the heart. And it's because of intoxication you are just trying to forget that pain. And Krishna knows. Not only that, Krishna knows when they come to Krishna consciousness and even how much spiritual pleasure they will experience. Krishna knows that. Therefore, Krishna sometimes makes devotees or any individual go through some difficulty. We may say it is so much, but compared to the pain of separation from Krishna, it's insignificant. And when you come to spiritual consciousness and our meditation becomes on Krishna, even though it is pain, actually, it is the greatest pleasure. So Krishna is awarding you the greatest pleasure. Just like suppose you have to go to America, how much you become excited? Literally you have to work for visa, passport and all, or some medical checkup. Do you mind it? Nobody minds. The same way, why you mind? If the little devotee also, when a devotee sees things in the right perspective, then he knows when I am going to Vaikuntha, Krishna Loka, where unimaginable spiritual pleasure is awaiting me. So much eternally. There is no question of another death, old age, disease. Eternally I will serve Krishna with all pleasure. Who will miss that? Are you ready to do that small difficulty? Correct? The devotee sees this is insignificant and very happily. In fact, he is very happy with even very difficulty that comes in this world. He takes it as Krishna's sanction for his own purification. Vishwam Purna Sukha. Every moment becomes nectar or pleasure for that devotee. So therefore, if these three confidential truths are accepted, understood, Sat, Chit, Ananda. The third one is Ananda, sweet pastimes of the Lord and our participation in that. Sat is understanding I am not body and spirit soul. Chit is all-pervading knowledge of the Supreme Lord as Paramatma. So these three features actually complete our spiritual understanding and our life become perfect. So we should understand these are the three secrets of Bhagavad Gita. Srila Prabhupada ki